Hey guys, welcome back to Ray Daily, and this is your spot for words of
information.
no.
Words of
Hey guys, welcome back to Ray Daily, and this is your spot for
motivation and encouragement.
no. Hey guys, welcome.
Sorry.
Hey guys, welcome back to Ray Daily, and this is your spot for words of
Motivation.
you can't say it on your own. Hey guys, welcome back to Ray Daily, and this is your spot for
Words of motivation, inspiration, and encouragement.
okay. So thank you for joining me for another episode on my channel. Okay, so today I have a very special guest with me. I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi, my name is Mona.
Alright, and as the title suggests, I am going to be telling you guys a little story today, which is very dear and important to me in my life, and it is how I became a legal guardian to this lovely young woman here.
Oh,
so lovely,
oh.
lovely young woman.
Ow.
So many of you would have heard me say in previous videos that I have a daughter, and for those of you who knew me before, you would know Mona, because everywhere I am, she is. But what you probably don't know is that she is not my biological daughter, but I am her legal guardian as well as her godmother. So today I'm gonna explain to you guys how I actually became her legal guardian. Before I get into the story, I'm gonna ask you guys to
Subscribe,
to my channel,
share, press that bell button to know when we post new videos,
thank you very much,
and follow her on Instagram
at ray.daily.
And if you want to play with me on Roblox, my name will be in the description down below, which is Augustina here.
So before I start the story, I'm gonna tell you like what I'm going to be talking about. Actually, what led up to me being Mona's legal guardian, the whole process of getting to be her legal guardian, the process that I had to go through, and then now that I am her legal guardian, what's it like, and if I would recommend you being a legal guardian to a child if you have that opportunity, or that situation arises in your life. Now the story all began in a little village in the countryside of Jamaica.
Which village?
So the story began when Mona's father asked my brother to be the godfather for his child. So that child, of course, was Mona. My brother was living overseas at the time, so they asked me to stand in at the ceremony, just to have a representative there that could, fill in, stand in as the godparent. That's what I understood from it. So in my mind, I wasn't actually being there to be the godparent, but I was just standing in for my brother. So I didn't expect my name to go on any forms or to go on the baptism certificate or the christening certificate. I didn't expect all of that. I thought I was just standing in for my brother. But lo and behold, my name was placed on her christening certificate as her godmother, and I basically just became her godmother.
Yeah. Should you tell the mom I've been adopted?
Yeah, I'll tell them that afterwards. So from the moment Mona and I met, it was love at first sight. She fell in love with me at first sight.
Wow.
And I fell in love with her too. Yes,
my cuteness will never be destroyed.
So she used to come to my house a lot and spend time with me and my family. She used to spend the weekend, spend the night, all that kind of stuff. She never used to cry for her mommy. She just was like a part of our family, like a regular part of our family. So that kept on happening for about a couple of years. On and off, she would come and spend time with me more and more. Each time she would come in for a week, go back to her parents, come for a couple of days, go back to her parents' house.
Or sometimes I spend at my auntie's house.
Okay. By that time, her mom and I got close as well, because you know, finding somebody who cares for your child like that, like as much as you do, it's very rare. So she trusted me with her daughter, and she actually asked me to allow Mona to stay with me like for a time, because she was going through a transition, like moving and stuff, and she asked if Mona could stay with me for a while, you know, until she got herself situated. So of course I agreed. I was really honored that her mom would trust me with her child like that, even though she never have no reason not to, because she know me love Mona like that. So basically Mona came to stay with me and my family for an extended period of time until her mom could get herself situated. While Mona was staying with us, and my family and I, we travel a lot overseas, and we of course wanted to take her along with us. So yes, the first time that we traveled with her, we went to Trinidad, and we had to get paperwork like her parents' signature, their IDs copied and verified by a JP. It was just like a whole long process to take her out of the country, which is right. Like, you can't take a child which is not yours out of the country without a lot of paperwork. But basically it was really hassling, and I think I did that like 2 times. She traveled with us twice, and we had to go through all of that paperwork. So it just came to my mind, like, this is so annoying, like going through all of this paperwork, having to do all this stuff. So why don't I just, well, the first thing that came to my mind is, why don't I adopt her? So I spoke to a friend that I had who was a lawyer, and she was telling me about the whole adoption process, which was long, tedious, and she would also have to change her name to my last name. But that, I didn't really want to do that, because her parents were still very much and are still very much involved in her life, and it's not like I wanted to take away any of their like parental rights or anything like that, but we just wanted to make it more convenient for us to travel with her, do like conduct business like school stuff and all that kind of thing with her. My friend suggested that why don't I go the legal guardianship route instead. In that case, I would basically have all the rights like of a parent, but her natural parents would still have all their parental rights, and I would just be making all like legal decisions for her. So I could travel with her, I could take her, like enroll her in school, do like everything that is legal. So we decided that yes, the legal guardianship sounded just like what we had in mind. I spoke to her parents about it, and they completely agreed 100% that I should become her legal guardian. Remember now that Mona came to live with me when she was 3. That was when her mom asked me to take her. Then she had stayed with me for a while. We traveled with her. So by the time I decided to go the legal guardianship route, do the legal guardianship thing, she was about 6 years old at the time. Yeah. Now, so this is the actual process of how I became a legal guardian. Okay, so I went down to the family court office and I asked for a form, a legal guardianship form. They give you that, you fill it out, you take it back to the office, and I think you fill it out with the parents as well. There's something for the parents to sign, especially if they're giving you their consent. And I took it back to them, and they gave me a date to come in and speak with like one of those agents or social workers, and they gave us that date. We went back to the family court on the date that they gave us, and we spent the entire day waiting to speak to the agent or the social worker. I'm just gonna call her a social worker. So we spent the entire day waiting on the social worker before we got to talk to her. We went in and we talked to her. She basically asked us why they wanted to transfer legal guardianship to me, and they told her why. She asked me like, what do I do? How can I accommodate Mona? Where would she be living, you know, staying? Would she have her own room? And all that kind of stuff. Mona doesn't know all of this, any of this. She was little at the time, so she doesn't know anything that we did. She conducted this big interview with the 3 of us, me, Mona's mother, and Mona's father. And it was pretty simple because, as I said, they were giving me consent. They were like okay with all of this. I think if you're trying to like get legal guardianship, or you're trying to prove someone is like unfit, it's gonna be harder. It's gonna be more of a like a drawn out process. But because her parents were actually giving me permission, giving legal guardianship to me, then it was basically a simple process. Only thing is that you have to go down to family court and wait like the entire day to talk to the agent. She gave us another date to come back and see a judge who would actually grant the actual legal guardianship. So that day came, we went to see the judge. It wasn't so long of a wait that time. Basically, the judge asked us the same questions as the social worker: why we wanted to do this, who would want to be living with, you know, what is this person's whatever job, where the person live, who's the person going to take care of Mona, which we explained everything, and then bam, she granted us legal guardianship. She granted me legal guardianship of Mona. We got a little paper stating that blah 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 is now the legal guardian of blah blah blah, with blah blah blah, that's her parents, still having full and unlimited visitation, blah blah blah, and this may be reversed if both parties agree, and blah blah blah. So all the legal jargon and everything was in that form, and that was it. I became her legal guardian. So when I became Mona's legal guardian, she was 6, and now she's
11, turning 12 this year.
Alright, now she's turning 12 this year. Basically, Mona is my daughter. I see her as my daughter. I call her my daughter. If I'm introducing her to people, I say this is my daughter. But I am actually her legal guardian, and I have been her legal guardian for most of her life. She's been living with me for most of her life. So now I'm gonna tell you about some of the difficulties I went through in becoming Mona's legal guardian. And let me just say first of all that the decision that I made to become her legal guardian, I never ever regretted it. Not once in my entire life. I never regretted it, and I think that it has made me a better person. How has it been for you?
A roller coaster.
It has been a roller coaster? Okay. What kind of way?
In a good way, like not throwing up.
Okay. So you heard it. It has been a roller coaster for her.
Good
I think
roller coaster.
A good roller coaster. I think that the most opposition that I had in becoming a legal guardian was from like people outside, people saying that if I'm sure I'm ready for that responsibility. People saying that, literally saying that if I'm sure that I'm gonna find a husband if I take on this responsibility for myself, and I'm like, I don't even like put that into my calculations when I made my decision. Like that didn't, you know, that didn't compute at all. Like, so I made the decision. Like I really thought though about what people say about taking up the responsibility, but trust me, it was something that in my heart I could not deny doing, because the way I love Mona, I couldn't deny doing this at all, and I have never regretted it since. Would I recommend you becoming a legal guardian for a child? If you are ready for the responsibility. If you are not ready to become a parent, then you're not ready to become a legal guardian, because you're basically becoming a parent. Every responsibility of a parent, you have it. Every sacrifice that a parent has to make, you have to make it. You're basically becoming a parent. So if you're not ready for that responsibility, then you have to really think about it, everything that comes with it. But if you are ready, mature enough and ready for that responsibility, and there is a situation that you can help out a child, an innocent child, I would 100% recommend that, yes, become a legal guardian. You know, adopt a child, even if you have that space in your home and in your heart. If you can afford both financially, mentally, emotionally, everything, then I would recommend that you do it. That's about it. That is the story of how I became Mona's legal guardian, and you will see her on my channel now and again, right?
Yes.
Will they see you on my channel?
Yes, maybe.
I'm trying to convince her, guys. If you know what I had to go through just to get her to come and sit beside me right here, and she is the one who was always harassing me to start a YouTube channel. As a matter of fact, she was the first person in this house who wanted to start a YouTube channel, and now that I'm telling her to start one, she doesn't want to do it anymore. Why?
Because I always talk to myself.
But that's why you should start one.
I've been talking to myself for a lot of years.
So guys, comment down below if you want to see more of Mona in my channel.
If you want me to get a gaming channel, comment down below.
We're not starting any gaming channel.
I can't even play Minecraft or Roblox, just those two games.
We're gonna go now, guys. We're gonna go. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope that this little story inspired someone or motivated someone. Maybe you've been thinking of adopting, you've been thinking of helping out a child, and I don't think that you're gonna ever regret helping a child. So thank you so much for joining me again, and don't forget to
subscribe, press that bell button to know when we post new videos, and share, like, and comment for shout outs, and follow her on Instagram.
Yes, subscribe to my channel, guys. Help me get to 100 subscribers. Thank you so much to those who have subscribed already. I really appreciate it. You guys are
42 subscribers.
Awesome. No, I think I'm about like 50 now.
What?
Thank you so much.
Good job.
Yes, we
If you
appreciate
don't subscribe, I'm
you.
gonna find you. I know where you live. I know where you live, Sarah. I know where you live, Leah.
And thanks again for watching and joining. Oh, I post every Tuesday and Friday. I've finally come up with my posting schedule, and it's Tuesday and Friday. So thank you so much for watching. Mona has something to say.
Guys, comment down below what video we should do. Prank videos or something.
Mona wants to do a prank video. Should we do a prank video? What, like, what are we gonna prank? Who? But what prank are we gonna do right now? Oh gosh. But guys, thanks so much for watching once again, and join me next time for Ray Daily. Love you guys. Bye.